Good afternoon, everybody. My name is David Turner. I'm the Vice Chair of the Community Futures Board. Our chair is on the El Camino in Spain right now. He's doing the walk. Past Chair Joan is here as well, and a number of Community Futures people. For the past 18 years, Community Futures Boundary has hosted the Business Excellence and more recently the Community Volunteer Awards, where we recognize boundary entrepreneurs. Due to the disastrous flooding that took place in the spring of this year and the number of businesses that are still struggling, Community Futures has opted to cancel this year's Business Excellence Awards ceremony. The awards will once again be hosted in October of 2019. Tonight, however, we are very pleased to support the City of Grand Forks Community Service Awards. At this time, I would ask City Councilor Christine Thompson to come forward to make these presentations.
I think I could talk long enough. My husband says so. Good evening, and thank you for attending the 2018 City of Grand Forks Community Service Award presentations. Mayor Conrad sends his regrets that he is unable to attend this evening's award ceremony and has asked me to represent him and the city. During the past few years, this event has been held in concert with the Small Business Award presentations. Grand Forks City Council has been recognizing and awarding individuals and organizations who have been contributing outstanding service to the community as a volunteer for many years. Residents are invited to submit nominations of those they feel are worthy of consideration by City Council. Most years, we have averaged between 5 and 8 nominations. In light of the extraordinary volunteer commitment during the flooding this year, it probably comes as no surprise to hear that this year we received nominations for 20 distinct individuals or groups, with the majority of those being flood-related. Council has a written policy which guides our discussions, and some of the factors we consider are the individual group should be honored for its volunteer work in the City of Grand Forks or for volunteer work which has had an impact on the City of Grand Forks. The individual or group should have made a significant contribution to the community to be considered for recognition, and there is substantial support from the community through letters of recommendations outlining the nominees' volunteerism history and the impact on the community. Of the 20 nominees, 5 were for groups or individuals for whom no specific person could be identified, like everyone who helped with sandbagging. Of the 38 nomination forms submitted, there were 2 clear leaders, with one receiving 14 nominations and the other receiving 5. It is my pleasure today to present the Outstanding Community Service Award to a husband and wife team who were pivotal in organizing some of the earliest volunteer efforts during the lead up to and following the flooding in May. Gabe and Rachel Warriner proactively recruited volunteers to fill and deliver sandbags, along with the way inventing a jig that facilitated quickly filling multiple sandbags at one time. While Emergency Management BC and the Regional Emergency Operations Center arranged for sand and sandbags, Gabe and Rachel coordinated manpower behind the rest of the sandbagging effort through personal contact and social media notices to ensure that hundreds of volunteers knew where to go and what to do. They were hands-on throughout the emergency, working long hours filling, moving, piling, delivering, unloading, and placing sandbags, and that leaves me breathless. The extraordinary effort put forth by Gabe and Rachel included organizing rides to assist people in reaching needed services around town, helping to move families affected by the flooding, setting up a relief program for clothing and furniture, and providing a local contact for outside relief organizations. The Warriors are still out there doing what they can with quiet dignity. They give of their hearts and time and serve by example. Congratulations and a sincere thank you to Gabe and Rachel Warriner, the recipients of the Grand Forks Outstanding Community Service Award.
I couldn't have done it without the community. We had so many people that stepped forward. We had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of volunteers. At one point on the day that the flood impacted Grand Forks and the boundary, we had over 1,000 volunteers that we were coordinating. And we had so many people that stepped on board and helped us coordinate. There's a lot of leadership in Grand Forks that I was able to give leadership to, and so we just had this multi-faceted leadership team that was just doing everything. So I couldn't have done it without all the help. I had all the help from my wife and all the help from my children, who most of them are here tonight. This is Aiden and Emma and Madison, and they were helping me right through the entire thing. We had lots of help from our church and from our youth leadership team, and some of them are here tonight, which is Kayla and Soleil, and we just had so much help. And so, yeah, thank you. I'm honored to get this award with my wife. Thank you.
The Volunteer of the Year Award for 2018 goes to a one-man local media outlet who serves as the eyes and ears of Grand Forks. Les Johnson has been documenting local meetings and events for years, but this year his contributions have risen exponentially. In addition to city council meetings, public events, sporting events including the Grand Forks International and Border Bruins, Les has made flood recovery meetings and the All Candidates forums available online to citizens who are not able to attend in person. Les is part of many different clubs and community organizations. The Historical Society counts Les among its most selfless volunteers. Les serves us all well with dedication and devotion. The service that Les provides to the people of Grand Forks is very impressive, and he does so with a smile. And now it is my pleasure to extend congratulations to Les Johnson, recipient of Grand Forks' 2018 Volunteer of the Year.
You're really looking over there. Thank you.
Told you guys again. No, it's not working.
You don't need it.
Told you guys again, I guess. There's so many people who do so much more. I know they do more than I do, but for some reason people think I do a lot of things that I'm not sure if I do them this is something that really, I was in there last night and I was listening to the search and rescue people, and they were talking about what they do, and every one of them puts in far more effort than I do, I'm sure. Same with the fire department people, and definitely Gabe. But, hey, I'm glad to accept this. I try, I'll keep on trying. You guys at City Council think this is going to get you up?
Well, we tried. As City Council reviewed the various nominees, it was clear to us that there were so many people that contributed to the well-being of the city through their actions during the flood. For each name submitted during our nominations, we know there were easily 10 or 20 more who contributed but didn't have their names submitted. As part of this year's Community Service Awards, and in order to recognize all of the citizens of Grand Forks, neighboring areas, and those from far away that gave of themselves to assist during the flooding, Council will be installing a plaque acknowledging their heroic efforts. This plaque is being designed and will be shown and unveiled at a council meeting prior to the installation. Although the small business awards are not being presented this year, I would like to offer my congratulations and those of council to those local businesses who were impacted by flooding and through great effort and perseverance are navigating the recovery process. Thank you for joining us here at Gallery 2 this afternoon to help the city recognize our recipients of the Outstanding Community Service Award and Volunteer of the Year. Please join me in a round of applause for Gabe and Rachel Warriner and for Les Johnson.